Hello, everybody, and welcome to USA Homeless Crisis. My name is David, and today I have with me two sisters. I have with me Jasmine and Faith. How are you ladies doing today?
Today is a very interesting day. We're still doing pretty good because we ended up having the city again move us. So we were originally sleeping behind one building, and we got a vacate notice to leave, and we had to leave like 15, how many days? Like 14 days after we got that notice? Yeah. So we couldn't find another spot too fast because it's been raining and it's been super cold. But this morning we got kicked out of our area. But I'm not gonna lie, like all the other times that we've had these conversations, I tell you that they don't let us take our stuff or whatever, or they just come and they throw it away. But this time they were nice enough, and they were even nice enough to help move their tent. So that was pretty cool. But it just sucks because everything got rained on last night. So we woke up cold, or at least I did. She has a tent, but I had like this little wall set up, and the tarp, it was so windy I couldn't keep it down. So I woke up soaking wet, and it's like 40 degrees outside, soaking wet. Everything of mine got thrown away because my stuff that I made, it was heavy. It was like doors that I found, and they were like super heavy. So my bed got thrown away, the walls that I had, the tarps, everything, my clothes, everything was gone because I couldn't pick it up fast enough. So I have to start over. She has to kind of start over with most of her stuff.
But I'm gonna let her stay in my tent.
He did, yeah. He's letting them stay in the tent still. So we have like another week to be able to stay where we're staying right now. We did find another spot, which is more like in like the woods kind of area, so that's a little bit more decent. I've noticed that as long as they can't see us and we keep the area clean, we're really good at that, especially her. She's really like a clean freak, which is awesome. I love it. Because a lot of these people out here, they're very gross, so I understand. But other than that, it's been going pretty good. I've been able to make some sort of better money, and they've been better with giving us, like, you know how we had the problem with the food and how they were giving us nasty food? I ended up getting food poisoning again last week because somebody gave me some food that they had, I didn't look at it good enough, and my boyfriend had seen mold on the sandwich that somebody had gave me. And I had ate all of it because it was dark, and I ended up getting food poisoning. It was an egg salad sandwich, and it had mold on it. And then I just recently got sick. It was some stomach virus, and she had to help me. I have this bruise on my face because I had fallen on my face right here in front of the shell. I was trying to carry all the bags that I have with me because I don't have like a shopping cart or anything, and I fell straight on my face, and it busted my top eyebrow open. I didn't go to the hospital, but it ended up getting infected for a second. But she's like a doctor out here, so she helped me, and then I got these little stitches.
It's really easy to
Yeah.
get infection.
Her finger, I don't know if you want to talk about it, but she has an infection.
I almost lost my finger.
She almost lost her finger,
I was
literally.
keeping it clean and everything like that. It is hard to keep things clean out here. Especially like we're gonna move, further out, and
It's like
there's
super
not
hard to
gonna be
keep
running
things
water.
clean out here. She ended, you know that her finger, it was just a cut, just a little cut that she had, and it ended up getting like this big on her finger, and her finger ended up getting cut.
Yeah,
And
the doctor
her
told me
finger
I was
ended
gonna
up
lose
getting
it.
swollen. She went to the doctor, and they said that she was going to lose her finger. Like the JPS fans that came around, they told her that she was probably going to lose her finger. But now she's good. It's okay now. What else happened?
Well, I want everybody to make sure y'all like and subscribe and comment. Yeah, what else happened, Jasmine?
Okay. Well, I had left. Okay, that's why you hadn't seen me for a little bit. I had left because there was a lot of like drama that was going on with me and other people, and I got tired of that. And it was getting really hard with a lot of people around here. Like they just, I don't know, maybe it's just because everything is like when people out here, they get cold and everything, they start getting angry and they want to like just start whatever kind of drama. So I ended up leaving and going to a different area for like a month or so. And when I came back, I noticed that a lot of the people had moved areas because we're not allowed really to stay anywhere anymore, which kind of sucks.
It's illegal to be homeless.
It's actually illegal to be homeless now. They don't let us panhandle as much anymore. I got a ticket again. The cops are like 10 times more strict now.
And it's not like we're looking for a handout
Right.
necessarily. It's that it's really difficult to get a job
Yeah.
when we don't have cell phones. We don't have
Stop.
we don't have transportation or access to running water, like I said. So it's hard to keep clean, and so a lot of places don't want to hire us. So it's not like we're
We just
looking for a
can't make
handout. We're
money
just looking for a help
regular
up.
ways,
You know,
and
a
they
handout.
don't really treat us with as much respect. Like, especially where we're standing right now, the shell, right? I'm not allowed to go in here, and I'm not allowed to go in here. I didn't do anything wrong. These people, like, when I say that they don't treat us with respect, I mean like that to like a full extent. Like, these two places, the Shell and the Exxon, they specifically have seen me walking around with other homeless people, or just walking around knowing that I'm homeless, because it does look like it. I'm walking around with like a suitcase and a bunch of bags, and they told me I'm not allowed to be in here because my kind is not welcome. Stop.
They said your kind
My
is not
kind
welcome.
is not welcome. Literally, homeless kind. They said that we stink and all this other stuff. They're like very disrespectful. So I'm not allowed to be here. I never stole. I never did anything wrong. I don't panhandle on here. I'm very respectful about that. Especially when I'm panhandling on the side of the road. If I see like a cop pulling up, like even if they don't light us up or whatever, I still have enough respect to know like I get out and not supposed
Speaking
to.
of cops, we were visited by cops earlier today because code compliance was here,
Stop.
and to reference one of them, they said, "You people." Oh, there's another one of "you people," and I just felt like really disrespected. You know.
They call us you people. That's what people say now. The cops call us you people.
I
The
didn't
regular
do
people
anything
call us you
wrong.
people. I had a drink thrown at me last night by somebody last night, and then 4 days ago. At least these past 2 weeks, I've gotten nothing besides people throwing drinks at me. So when I'm panhandling, they'll roll down the window. They'll make me think that they're gonna give me money, and they'll throw drinks at me. They'll spit on me when it's a green light. They'll just keep going, or they'll hand me one single penny and they'll tell me hopefully that my kind can get more money later, but they're not gonna do it. You know, it's just it's been kind of actually really hard, honestly. I'm not gonna lie, since the last time I've seen you. It's just been nothing but people just making me feel like I'm already feeling like I'm degrading myself by having to do this, and I understand I put myself in this position, but that doesn't mean that we still have to treat homeless people like they're nothing. But where we're at right now, I don't know if like I can say that, but there is a house that I'm looking at right over here, and it's a ministry like for people that want to get clean and stuff. But right next to that house is this guy, and it's this old guy, and he lives there. And I think that was the only good positive thing that I've had happen this week. He stopped me and my boyfriend while we were walking to ask us if we needed help, and he said he's always seen us, and it honestly made me cry. Like, I think these past 2 weeks everybody has just been so disrespectful to like the homeless people, especially like she's like my literal sister, and I do everything with her now. She's kept me out of a lot of negative situations, and I honestly don't know what I would do without her, especially because like she's like a little bit older than me, so she's like more she's smarter than me. That's honestly what it is. She's way smarter than me. And she keeps me out of trouble, and she keeps me very sane. I have issues with depression and PTSD, and so when I start feeling like I need to get away and like move out of this area, she keeps me here and keeps me sane, so I don't go somewhere else like an idiot like I did before, and just like start new by myself as a female, because it's very dangerous. The men out here, they've gotten better since the last time that I told you like things are happening, like where people were, you know, getting hurt physically, mentally, and sexually out here. But I haven't heard anything new about that. Actually, it's been getting way better. Other than that, hi. That's my other friend who's homeless.
Oh, what's up?
No, that's one of your other friends.
That's been.
How you doing?
I talked to you yesterday.
Yeah, how you doing, my friend?
What's up, my man?
How you doing? Yeah, thank you, my friend.
We're all just trying to honestly make it. If you see, we all literally have the same thing on. We have nothing but blankets and coats and stuff. It'd be pretty cool if we could find like a place to go to around here. We've been trying to look for like utilities that we could, definitely use where they allow homeless people to come in and get like clothes and stuff, because it's been raining and super cold, but there's nothing near us where we can just go get like free clothes. And if they're free clothes, they're usually used clothes that have blood on them, and we can't get like, we're females, right? So females, we have like periods and stuff, so excuse me, TMI, but it's the truth. So it's kind of hard. I didn't like have stuff like that, so it's kind of gross, and we don't have anything out here now. Like this neighborhood is actually taking away, honestly, in my opinion. I don't know about you, but it feels like that they're taking away a lot of good utilities that we could use to help us. They like make us feel like that we're like just like an eyesore, honestly. Recently, and it's only when it's cold. Like that's when I've noticed it. Like when it's cold and we walk around with big blankets and stuff, like that's all that we have to keep ourselves like warm. But they think that it's gross, and it's very noticeable that we're homeless. I had somebody try to throw like a big huge rock at me, just because I was walking past their car, and they ran to their car really fast when I was trying to walk in the gas station parking lot, and said that they needed to hurry up and get in, and they tried to throw a rock at me because they said that people like me who are homeless would try to steal their car because they left it running and on with the key in the ignition. So it's degrading everywhere that we walk. But other than that, we've been having a pretty good day. We found a place to go, so we're gonna be moving our stuff over there, and hopefully, like, as long as we don't invite other homeless people, because we learned our lesson with that, they're dirty. Like the people that we had at least around us, like our friends, they don't know how to like pick up after themselves. So I think that that's why we kept getting kicked out, which doesn't sound too good. But other than that, we keep ourselves clean, so we should be able to stay where we're staying at. It's deep in the woods, so it's okay. They said we could stay there.
And how many tents do you have deep in the woods?
One right now. There's another person that lives over there, but I don't know if they have a tent. And it's better, honestly, it's way better if we have a tent. Her dog is literally like just does not know how to chill. They have one tent, and it's really big, which is great because then it holds all of us, especially because we both have dogs. My boyfriend wanted to get another dog, so, and he doesn't want to, it's me. I have to take care of everything, but that's what we do. So
Well, so that is good to hear that your sister, and you have your boyfriend, and you have two dogs. Is that
she has a husband too.
And she has a husband. Well, that's great.
Yeah.
How did y'all all survive when it was freezing? I know we had snow down. It was snow on the ground.
Barely did.
She said she barely did. She's a very soft speaker too. I like, just so you know, like stop. She barely did, literally, and I think every single one of us barely did. There's nowhere we could go. What?
We luckily had our tent.
Yeah, they had a tent.
Crammed like 4 or 5 people in this small like 4-man tent, which is kind of a lot of people
when it's snowing.
Yeah.
And they have
we had all of our stuff in there.
You have to literally stay in there.
Did y'all make a fire?
No.
We did, but we had a lot of complaints.
Yeah.
And actually, eventually,
When
they called the cops on us about
When there's a fire, I've noticed that like as soon as they see a fire, like they already don't want like us there. Like a lot of people don't really like homeless people in general, so they'll just call the cops on us just because. Honestly, even if we're not doing anything, huh? Hold on. This is my other friend. This is Demon.
I'm $300,000 living though.
He's also homeless. We're taking an interview. Hey, we're taking an interview about what it's like to be homeless for this man. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I remember you. That's right.
Oh, you know me, man.
Yeah, these are all my homeless family. How you doing, my brother?
My teacher on died, man. She left me $300,000, man.
That's like my brother. He's awesome. He takes care of all the females around here. Literally, if anybody needs help, like go to him. He will make sure that you're okay, which is awesome. It's good to have that. But like you said, what happened with the how did we survive that? We all barely did. Literally, they did not. I don't think that they cared. I honestly think that they were hoping that something would happen just by the way that they were acting, because like there was always a cop that showed up anywhere that I went. I wasn't in the tent with her. I was trying to find like anywhere that I could with my boyfriend at the time to like basically stay warm with just myself, because I didn't want to be around other people, because when it's cold like that, like you don't go anywhere, and we still have to find a way to make money. So imagine like us, like how you would feel if you had to do what we do and wake up every single fucking morning and try to make money throughout the day. Like we have to rotate. That's why you don't normally see us like all throughout the day at all hours of the time. One, because it takes forever, and two, because like we have the cops that take us off, or we have people that, like I said, they throw drinks at you, spit at you, tell you to go get a fucking job, tell you you're dirty or whatever. So it's always something that'll take you off the court and makes you feel some sort of way, or something happens, you know. But for me, every time I tried to start a fire, the cops got called, we immediately had to stop, and then they kick us out. And then our stuff is literally in snow. My stuff was completely fucking destroyed. I couldn't wash anything because they ended up closing the public water. Stop. They ended up closing the public water that we had over here. They put a lock on it. So we didn't have water for a little bit, and it was frozen. They just now reopened it, but I thought it was public, but I guess they didn't like us using it because it brings, wherever there's like water coming out, free water like that, that's like good for us to drink and stuff, and it's very great for us to use. They don't want us, they know that a group of us will be around in that area. So the other area that I told you about that I stayed at before, that reopened up again. We're allowed to stay there. The cops showed up. They told us that we could stay there, but they told us that we had to immediately vacate, like on certain days. So they're working with us at least now. We can stay there, so we have shelter a little bit. There's another spot that we went to, and that spot ended up getting completely closed. And then the spot this morning, that spot got completely closed too. But it was kind of fair. There was a lot of people that ended up showing up. Yeah. I have a little bit of it. Yeah, it's in there. And that's another thing. She just asked me if I had any dog food. We have literally like no ways to get dog food other than just sending other people in here to get it for us, because it feels like only like 2 homeless people out of this whole fucking neighborhood are allowed to go in, and that's because they don't look homeless. So we have to find ways to get dog food now too, and there's like nowhere else that I can go to get dog food besides panhandling, or I have to get onto the Metro bus, but then I have to find out on who can take care of my dog while I get on the Metro bus and go find a way to get to like Petco or PetSmart to get dog food, or I just have to feed her any food that they give me on the side of the road, and that's usually moldy fucking food. So I'm trying to figure that out too.
Well, that's one of the things now that we know that people need dog food out here. We have a lot of homeless people that are pet lovers and have dogs out here that need help too. So that's something that we're going to ask our listeners, especially when they out here looking for you, Jasmine and Faith, knowing that y'all have these 2 dogs and y'all need some dog food also.
And they're puppies too, and I think that like people always wonder like why do we have dogs, and I don't think they understand that like it's the same reason why anybody else has dogs. Like we like animals, and
it's not like we bought them.
Yeah,
they were homeless too.
Like they were literally homeless too. Like we didn't go buying dogs. Like they were homeless first, and then they found us, and like we just seen that they needed help. Like she was so skinny, like super skinny. And I think I feed her way more than I feed myself. Like, I'll be starving and I will still feed her first. Like, I could go 2 days without eating as long as I know that she's eating. Like, everybody takes care of their animals way more out here than anything else.
That's amazing.
Like, I love animals more than I love people. And as much as shitty as that might sound, it's the truth. Because they're loyal. And females, like me and her, like, we I like having a dog because it's protective, especially because I was night flying one night, and when I had my other dog and the other times that I had talked to you, the bigger one, the guy, he's now with my mom, which sucks, but I was night flying one time, and I don't night fly anymore because of this. It's very dangerous, especially in the area that we're in. I had gotten yanked in by my arm with this guy. It was just me. I was the only girl, or the only person really, that was out in the neighborhood at like 3 in the morning trying to make money, so I didn't have to make money early in the morning, and I would just be able to sleep. And this guy, he, I guess, wanted to pull me into his car, and my dog came out of nowhere and literally like attacked him, like just knew that I was in trouble. So I could have not been seen by anybody because of them, but I have now learned my lesson to be careful, and she got on my ass for that, about literally just walking around this neighborhood in the dark by myself, because I feel like I can protect myself. I've been out here long enough, but she lets me know all the time that that's not the case, and that anything can happen at any time like that. So I try not to be in the dark. I'm surprised that I'm out here right now and that she is. She usually, I keep her inside. She, like, so she doesn't have to do anything. I try to make sure that she, like, just works, like, with her husband, and she has no stress, even though today she's, like, super stressed. That's why she's not talking so much. She's, like, literally the most stressed that she's ever been today, which sucks, but it's okay. So I try to do anything I can to make sure that she doesn't have to. And
Jasmine, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Okay.
What is night flying? A lot of people.
So, like, panhandling. We just call it flying, because panhandling is such a stupid word. Honestly, I hate that word. It just sounds so negative. It just, you know, it's just got like a bad brag to it, I guess.
It has like the insinuation of like
Being a hobo.
looking for a handout.
Yeah, literally just looking for a handout.
A cup out.
And I guess that's what we it's not like we are looking for a handout, but it's like we need fucking help, you know? And it's like everybody says ask for help if you need it, and then we ask for help, and then we get complaints about us asking for help, so I don't understand it. But we call homeless people, the community, we call it night flying, you know, like flying a sign, you know, you hold up a sign, you just fly it around, you know, basically, that's what it is. So like when you hear people say, oh, I went out to go fly, they were just going on the side of the road and holding a sign, and that's it.
Oh, okay.
It just sounds a lot better.
Okay, so I noticed that you said how the people have been treating the homeless people with no dignity and respect, and spitting on you and throwing stuff at you.
Yeah.
What would you like to say to these people out here so they can change the way they look at people being homeless, especially the homeless women? You know, this is not right, treating homeless women like that. And I'm appalled that some of the things you've told me. We are better than this, and we don't treat anyone like this.
I'd like to say, like, I wish you could, like, be better educated on how, like, it could be you. Like, it could be anybody. Anybody could end up homeless. You know? And, like,
I think it's even worse whenever
if they were
it's a
to just
female.
understanding or, like, had more empathy for, you know, other people, or even just took the time to listen to, you know, us and realize that we're people too, you know, just like them. We're not less than, we're not non-people, you know.
Gosh.
Like, would you do that to your coworkers? Would you do that to your family? Like, no, you wouldn't. And I just don't understand how you could do that to anybody or treat anybody in that way.
No.
You know, and
I think I want to say that I completely agree with that for sure. I don't like the fact that people are I don't like the fact that people are doing that only specifically just because, especially when it's a female rolling down the window doing it to another female. If anybody were to ask me about my story and how I got out here, if they still did some shit like that, then you're just a disgusting human being. And I hate saying that because I don't like talking like that about people because of the situation I'm in. But I just think that people just need to, like she said, why would you do that to somebody? Like, what would you feel? How would you feel on how she said? How would you feel if somebody did that to somebody that was your coworker, or your family, or your friend, like, and they were in that situation? Because it could be you any day. Like, not every single one of us is out here because they just think that, like, they always think that we're homeless because we're on drugs. That's not the case. Like, most of us, there's so many people down this way. Like, if you take your way all the way down here over by Barry or down to Rosedale, I've met 50% of that homeless community is because people were military, like, they were in the military and they got all their money, and then now they're old and the military cut off their money, and that's why they're homeless. Like, that's it. They have no money. Like, the military, they were living off of what the military gave them for what they did in the war and stuff, and they were promised something, and then they literally cut it off, and they just let them go. And some of them, exactly, they can't work.
To mental health issues or to like physical health issues.
Yeah.
And even if you weren't in the military, there's some people out here just the same can't work because of mental or physical health issues.
It's always like, it's always got to be something negative, like completely negative on why they're out here. And I've not once have I met just only like somebody just only being on drugs. Like, it's always something, and they don't even know, like, especially us females. Like, I have a friend who's up there on Barry, and she flies every single day for reasons of she followed a guy out here, and she had the same thing happen to her. She had stuff thrown on her, and they didn't know that she was pregnant, and the stuff that they threw on her ended up giving her an allergic reaction because they didn't know that she was allergic to that, and she has a fucking child, and now she's in the hospital, and I don't know how long she's going to be in there for. She's been in the hospital ever since she had that thrown on her. She's been in the hospital now for at least 2.5 months, and she's 6 months pregnant. So people will just do anything not knowing on what somebody's going through, especially like a lot of these females out here, they're pregnant and they don't know it, or they do know it and they don't want to tell anybody because they're already degrading themselves out here, and they're scared. They don't like know on what to do. They don't want to go to JPS because sometimes JPS, it takes forever to get anything done there. They're not going to give you a good answer because you have to have money.
Especially if they know that you're homeless.
Yep. Especially if you tell them that you're homeless, they're only gonna assume, like I just said, that you're on drugs, like, and that they're not gonna want to help you.
You're just looking for a bed to
Yep,
sleep.
you're just looking for a bed to sleep in. That's literally what it is. That was a good one. Hell yeah. Yeah, usually they just assume that we're looking for a bed to sleep in. That's JPS. If you tell them that you're homeless, they're not gonna treat you with the same respect because you're just looking for a bed, like a bed to sleep in. So you're like the last person every fucking time to get treated.
You know, this is appalling that people are treating homeless people like this, including the hospitals. And I know we are a lot better than this, and we should have more empathy for people that's homeless. And, you know, we should always treat people the way we would like others to treat us. And I always ask that. And to hear these stories coming from two homeless women is really gut-wrenching. I can't believe this is happening, and I appeal to everyone out there to change the way you act and treat homeless people, because this could easily be you. You know, what you were saying is so serious, and and I know y'all have these two dogs out here, and I don't want to really get off the subject of homelessness because that is real serious. But what are y'all dogs' names? Because I want the people to bring dog food and different things to help you out with your dogs, because my listeners are pet lovers also. So what is your dog's name, Faith?
His name is Bear.
Bear? And what kind of dog is Bear?
He's a blue heeler and something mix. I forget. Cattle dog. Australian cattle dog.
Okay. And everybody out there, when you see Faith with her beautiful dog, please bring some dog food and other things that she may need to help care for her dog. And what's your dog name?
This is Butter. He or she, oh my God, I'm so sorry. It's a girl. She's a puppy. She's 5 or 6 months old. She was my boyfriend's friend's dog, but I guess she didn't want her dog anymore. She said she would come back, but she never came back for her dog. So she kind of just left her dog basically to just leave, and we don't do that. Not me and my boyfriend. So we just took the dog and just like goes like homeless dog basically. So yeah, her name's Butter. She's a American pig.
Okay.
She's a little baby girl.
Well,
yeah. She's a lot though. She's like in her toddler stage.
Really?
Like, so she's testing for sure, but she's very like close to my boyfriend. So when he's not around, she just does not listen. She just waits for him. She can hear him a mile away. It's crazy. Their bond is like it's just crazy. Like there's no bond I've ever seen like that before.
Well, that's awesome. Well, I'd like to ask both of you ladies, what are y'all plans for the future? I know right now it seems bleak out here being homeless, but do y'all have any plans on hopefully one day getting out of your homeless situations?
Of course, yeah. We actually talk about that literally all the fucking time. All the time. We actually just had a conversation yesterday. At least me personally, my goal is to eventually, my parents right now, my mom lives in Burleson, so she's not far, but we don't really have that good of a relationship right now. Like we just bump heads all the time because we're so alike. So really, I had to work on a relationship with that before I could go and stay with her again. But me and my dad were like super close, but the only thing is that he is with another woman and has a whole like new family, and that happened as I've been homeless, so it's kind of new. So my future plan is to rekindle a relationship with my mother first, and then go and find my dad out in Florida is where he lives, and he runs rehab facilities. Actually, he works and he's a project manager. So he has one rehab facility that is his home rehab, and that's in Florida. And I'm planning on going back to college in Florida, just like as soon as I start really getting into that, which is soon. Actually, I've been really thinking about it. Like even like in the next like 6 months to a year, like as I have to break away from the family I created out here, which is extremely hard. I think that's my biggest problem is I made more of a family out here than I did with my own family, it feels like, which is like really sad to say, but that's why I won't leave as fast. Cause like, hush, cause like this is like my literal sister, and so like for me to leave and want to go start a whole entire future, I feel like that it would be so hard for me to leave her and anybody else around me, honestly, because I don't know what to, like I only know this now. Like I've been out here for like a good couple of years, but I want to be a rehabilitational counselor, and I want to start my career with that for sure. But I'm only 22, so I have a good minute. And she was telling me that. I told her I literally think that I like just completely mess everything up, but she told me no, I have all the time in the world. So that's my goal.
Well, that's awesome. Faith, what is your goal?
My goal is to, within the next few months, get a job.
Talk louder. Sorry.
My goal within the next few months is to get a job and to get an apartment, which I do have things set up to get me to that point. And I have a son. I have a 3.5-year-old. He's going to be 4 in May. And he lives with my husband's mom. And just, for the time being, until I can get on my feet, and
Everybody
we'll be able to, start,
little wagon.
getting to the point where we can have him in our home. And,
Okay.
I like her wagon. Where did you get that?
down.
Nice. Sorry.
Well, no, that's okay. Well, Jasmine and Faith, I really appreciate you talking to us about your homeless journey and what's been going on out here. My listeners are very interested in what's going on, especially with the homeless women out here. And our heart goes out to you. And I ask that all of my listeners, whenever you see Jasmine and Faith, I forgot to ask y'all also, what area will y'all normally be in? So people is coming looking to bring donations and things to help out the homeless, especially the homeless women. Where could they find y'all at?
Well, right now, like the area that we're in, we're moving to a different area, so you'll find us more up there at Barry. That's where we're moving to. So we're up there at Barry. That's where. Huh? Are you comfortable with that? Okay. So she is comfortable with saying where she is going to be staying.
Okay.
So she stays over here by you said it.
What is it? Like
Allen and
Rosedale area.
Allen, Evans, Rosedale area. That's where she's staying at. So you'll see her around those areas. I try not to just like put her stuff out there, especially just because like you never know.
Yes.
I'm very protective of her, dude. I'm so serious. Like.
Well, that's great.
I can't help it. Like it's like oh my gosh. When she's like, when we're flying a sign, dude, and I see her on the other corner, like, I don't even, like, I will not, like, make money because I do nothing besides just watch her the whole time. Like, make sure she's okay. So.
You know, we can all learn something from the homeless community. You know, how this sisterhood is infectious, and everyone should take notice on how close homeless people are. And like you say, this is your homeless family out here, and that really means a lot to us to know that y'all are sticking together while y'all are out here. And I'd like to give a special thanks to all the listeners that's out here that support USA Homeless Crisis and support the homeless, especially LaShonda Miller, Tammy Parker, Luther Thomas, and Rodney Hillard, who supports the homeless and always supporting by giving food and his time. I really appreciate that. We have the street interviewer who's interviewing people out here, raising awareness. We really appreciate that. Sheila Hill, thank you so much. Brandy Ross, we really appreciate you. Super thanks to Kiara Primes, Kennedy Wade, and a big thanks to Julian Parker. Is there anything else you ladies would like to say on behalf of the homeless women out here before we conclude? Jasmine, you seem like you're a very well-spoken woman, and you a good spokesman for the homeless female. So what would you like to say to everybody out there on behalf of the homeless women?
I really, women specifically, to treat them a little bit, like if you're walking past a homeless woman, make sure that you know that she's going through the same thing that somebody who's not a homeless woman is going through. It's just the only difference is that we don't have a roof over our fucking head. We're no different than you, so don't treat us like that. And we're going through a way harder time because we don't have the same utilities that they do. It's way harder for us. We're honestly, in my opinion, I see homeless women way more depressed than homeless men, but that's just because we're way more targeted and we're known for, I guess, like, just, I don't know, I just think we're looked at way worse, honestly, and we have a lot more issues to deal with, so we have it a little bit harder. But the men do too.
Maybe not harder, but just different challenges that we have to go through.
This is true. There you go. She's better at wording shit. Sorry. We have way different challenges, but I mean, men do go through the same experiences sometimes that we do, but I, in my opinion, I feel like that we go through it a little bit harder just because in this society, women are always targeted a little bit more.
We have to rely on men.
There you go. We
women.
have to rely on men as homeless
I
women, for sure.
don't think you can really be single and be homeless.
No, we can't be single and be homeless. We can, but if we are, then we have to make sure that we have to.
Scary.
It's very scary. We always have to have some sort of man around us. It doesn't have to be like in a relationship, but we definitely do need a man. Because scientifically, like if I were to be in a fist fight with a man, like I'm not gonna win. And there are a lot of guys out here that are homeless, and I will be honest, not all homeless people. I'm not gonna lie, not every single homeless person is a good person, and that sucks to say, but that is the God honest truth. There are people that are mentally unaware and of their own surroundings because they're like
Mentally unstable.
huh?
Mentally unstable.
They're mentally unstable, yeah. And so they do just do things for no reason. So, you know, as a woman, it is kind of hard to protect yourself out here. So we do have to be a little bit stronger as women and take care of one another a little bit more than a man does. But it's just, you know, like anything else. I just think that we just need to treat all homeless women and men just as positive as possible, and just know that, like, even just saying hello and good morning and talking to us as a whole human being, it's just like that will make our day. You know, don't look at us weird. Don't stare at us either when we're walking past you. It's weird. I don't think anybody wants to be stared at. I get stared at all the time. Like if I'm just some weirdo and I'm not supposed to be here. Like I'm some scum. I hate that. But yeah, other than that, just have a good day.
Well, thank you so much, Jasmine, and thank you, Faith. And remember, everybody out there, when you leave home, put something in your car for someone homeless, because you're most likely going to see someone out there, and you always got to remember you got to treat others the way you would like others to treat you. And you can't go wrong that way. Thank you so much, Jasmine. Thank you so much, Faith. And remember, these are two homeless women out here who have some dogs that they with. So please bring dog food when you're out if you can. Thank you, ladies, so much for your time, and God bless you.